In this video tutorial, I'm going to take you through our website success guide. This is probably best for our partners who want to help their clients design the content and the layout for their website, or you might just be an interested client of ours that wants to go through the process yourself and see how you structure a website. Okay, so why do you need to do the website success guide? Well, it's probably the most important document that you'll do before actually creating your website. So we've completed this guide with many companies based from corporates in New York to bed and breakfasts, and they've all said, yeah, it's a great way to start your website off. And the reason for that is it clearly and strategically describes your business to staff, suppliers, web designers, website visitors, and even Google. It creates a profile of your business that clearly states what makes you better than your competitors, and it creates a profile of your customers and identifies what's important to them and who your business should be targeting to create more wealth. If you don't do all that stuff first, really what you're doing is creating a website for you that's not so much designed to get you more customers. You've really got to think from the customer's perspective. So if you go to Spinning Planet and you go, I'm at our development website that we're about to launch, but it looks cool, so I thought I'd go here first. If you go to spinningplanet.co.nz/WSG, this will take you to the opening page or the landing page for the website success guide. So you can either just begin straight away by filling out the form, or you can download a guide that we've made. And basically what I'm going to be doing in this video is going through the whole guide and explaining each part of the form. To save us time, I've pre-filled out the form, so I'm just going to explain each of the elements. Business name, that's pretty self-evident. Just put your business name in there, contact person, email, phone, and what's your website address. Now you may go, why is that important? Well, a lot of times clients contact us and they go, oh, can you create this website for me? And we go, sure. What domain name do you want? And they go something like bryn.co.nz, but we need this stuff here because we have to buy the domain name in their name. A lot of web developers don't do that, but our policy is that when we buy your domain name, we buy it in your name, and that's why we ask for it on the form. The next bit you have to do is create a website description, and you think that might be easy, but it's actually trickier than you think. Now there's two reasons we do that, and that we make it 22 words or less. If you go and search on Google, so I just did a quick search for Palmerston North Motel. If we look at the first listing here, you'll see that the words Palmerston North and Motel are highlighted here. This is a smart company. They actually brought the domain name Palmerston North Motel, then used it in their site description and the title of their web page, which makes it far more probable that they'll get found. And then they created this description of 22 words or less, which is really clear and tells you what they are. So when you're scanning the page, you read this and you go, Palmerston North Motel provides affordable accommodation in New Zealand. Choose perfect rooms for families, students and corporate clients alike. If you're one of those, you're probably going to go and have a look. Now I'll just show you something else. If I go and have a look, there they are there. Nice and clear. It's a pretty basic website, but it's very clear. And what they're doing with their search engine stuff is actually quite smart. So that's one of the reasons that we want a nice short description. The next reason is when anybody asks your staff who is ABC Motel, they should be able to come out with something like this, or who is Spinning Planet. So we can go Spinning Planet Professional Web Design, been designing websites and internet marketing internationally for over a decade, get more customers, update your own website. Of course, we're not going to say that to somebody directly, but if you read that in Google, it sounds really good, and it also puts across the special elements of our company. What are we good at? Well, we're good at designing websites. We've been doing it for over 10 years. And it also says that you can update your website. A lot of customers ask us for that. So just write a description in there. It doesn't have to be exact because you can always go back and change it later. In fact, at Spinning Planet, we schedule 2 meetings with you each year. And in one of those meetings, the first thing we look at is your website success guide and ask if we need to update it. Now this stuff here isn't so much for your website, but it's for you and it's for us. If our web designers and coders and salespeople don't actually know what your business does and what makes it better than your competitors, then we're not going to create a great website. I won't go into this too much, but I'll just give you an example. What do you do? Well, we do content management systems, we do professionally designed websites, custom programming, e-newsletters, e-commerce, internet marketing, blah, 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 blah. So if you're reading that for the first time and you didn't know what we do, well, that's actually pretty self-explanatory there. Who for? Well, who's our main types of clients? Most people don't realize this. Our main clients are partners and resellers. We also do a lot of small to medium-sized business, corporate, local government agencies, and non-profit organizations. What's your big promise to customers? A professional website that can grow with their business. A lot of people get a website built. I'm probably going a bit too fast. They get a website built and then 2 or 3 years later they find they have to build a new one. Our system's modular, so if you want to upgrade to e-commerce later, you don't have to build a whole new website, just plug in a new module. We use open source technology, which means that you actually own all of the technology that we create for you, like your content management system. If you did decide to go, you can take the whole system with you. With a lot of companies, you can't do that. And that's what the next point is. We're also very honest and transparent. That's why we have our standard operating procedures on our website, and we also give a money-back guarantee. What differentiates you from your competitors? There's lots of things there, and we're probably going to cover those again later anyway, so I won't spend any time on that. The next stage is what we call perfect prospects. Now in marketing, this is called a psychographic profile, and the whole goal of it is you look at who brings in the most money for you, and then you characterize it into one person. And the reason for doing that is it becomes a lot easier to make decisions if you go, will Jill like the service we offer? If Jill's our main client and we go, yeah, Jill would like it because she'd use it on a website like this, it just becomes a lot easier when you're doing your marketing if you can talk about your perfect prospects instead of, yeah, we've got 100 different types of clients, because in reality you haven't. You've probably got 3, maybe 5 maximum that bring in the majority of money. So the first question is, who's the 20% of your clients that bring in 80% of income? In our case, it's design and marketing companies who become our partners. And then we know that they're mostly female, around about 35 North Island. They own their business. They bring about 30,000 a year. What's important to them? Quality, support, expertise, honest and friendly. That's probably really big for them. And what would be the call to action that we put on our front page, or we put on a landing page that would attract them? And it would be a big button or a big sign that says design and marketing companies offer web services to your clients. It's probably a bit long, but I'm just doing this as an example. And then we give her a name. The next thing we do is we say, what are all the questions that Jill would ask if she's contacting us for the first time? First question, what do I get as a partner? And you just go through and ask yourself all of those questions and write down the answers. Not only will that help you sort of organize your thoughts better for how you answer a call from a prospective partner, prospective customer, but it's also content that you can put on the website. And then we identify a couple of testimonials. So I've got a couple of companies here that I know that would give us testimonials. Next, you identify the FABs, features, advantages, benefits. So what people normally do here is they identify features, but you actually want to identify the benefits. So the example I use all the time is if I take my mum down to Dick Smith and she's buying a new computer and she sees a computer with a 2 gigahertz processor and a 1 terabyte hard drive, that means absolutely nothing to her. But if it says 2 gigahertz processor, so you can run all the latest software, and a 1 terabyte hard drive so you can store all your family photos and movies, of course she's going to buy that one. So when you're doing the FAB, certainly identify the feature, and if you're a mechanic, it might be overnight service, and then the benefit would be so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. And so I'll just say the first one here, we are better than an affiliate program because you invoice your clients directly, ensuring they remain your clients. And there's a bunch of other ones there too. Then we ask, what would that perfect prospect also want to see? Well, they'd want to see some video testimonials because that would help them trust our service more. They would probably want a partner pack request form. So we've created a large partner pack that has all these resources for them that a prospective partner can request. They probably want examples of how partners make money through our system. So that's in the partner pack as well. Some case studies of other partners that have done well, and some example websites of what we build, because how can they offer websites until they know that we can create great websites? Then we do perfect prospect number 2, same process. This one's different though. The first one is the clients that bring in the most money. The next one is the ones that are easy for us to do and that provide regular work. And we call those advanced website customers. And normally they want our normal packages, but they also want something advanced as well. And it might be a program to store all their sports information or something like that. I won't go through that. I showed you how it worked before. Then we go down a bit further and we look at this section over here. You could actually create a third one if you wanted. Just create it on a piece of paper. The third one would be, who do you want to target in the future? One thing to be careful about though is when people go to create a new website, they think, oh yeah, we want to target these new customers. That's great, but always target the places that you get your money from first and then do that as the third thing. Okay, so keywords, phrases. Most people make the mistake of using one keyword like website, comma, design. When you're deciding on keywords, statistics show that people normally use 2 to 3 words. So actually make phrases, and the easiest way to start is with your company name and your location and then the stuff you do. So that's why I've written Spinning Planet, Palmerston North website design. Actually, be surprised how many people type that in Palmerston North. And then Manawatu website design, Auckland website design, because we target those regions as well. And again, it should be 25 words or less. Next, we do the site map, which is the framework for your website, and you actually just decide what needs to be on there. So under our services page, actually I've done that wrong. What calls to action should be on the front page? I didn't put those in. So I'll just grab one of them now as an example. So if I copy that, go down here, and I paste it in here. So that's going to be one of the calls to action on our front page. It's probably going to be shorter than that when I rewrite it. And then we've got this bit here. No, that was actually meant to go up above. There we go. It was meant to go in there. And then you'd put the other stuff that needs to go on the front page. You might have a video intro to your service. So here you'd go video intro. And then we look at services. Most websites have services, or if you're e-commerce, you'll have products or store. And then you say what categories need to be inside there. So of course, we're going to talk about our web packages, modules, partner program, and website success guide. Then your About Us page, that's pretty self-explanatory. You do the normal stuff. We like to do the team and give a good background to each of our team members. The history of the company, that builds trust. Testimonials, again, builds trust. Terms of service, sponsorship, what type of sponsorship we do, our monthly blog, and our standard operating procedures. So you can see exactly how we run our business. And the contact page, most contact pages are like this. Contact form, address, nationwide telephone numbers, Google Map, and what are the other pages that we might need? We put our support page on there and our portfolio page. So you can see from this brief example that I've just gone through, this is actually all the content you need to start a website design. You know what all the menus are going to be, you know what all the pages are going to be, and then all you have to do is go away and write the content for each page. So that's how you do the Website Success Guide. If you have any questions about it, feel free to email me on support@spinningplanet.co.nz.